Apparently it doesn't do a dag bit of thing. Dag bit of good, I mean. So, I'll be right back with you as soon as I figure out how to take this blasted power supplies out. Be right back. Alright, I'm back with you. Wow. Took me a few minutes to realize how to get this thing out. Now, got these turn knobs right here that has a rod going all the way through the power supply, screwing it into the back. Now, I figured that out after looking down through the top here. Then it took me a little bit to realize, yeah, these right here are locks. So, and otherwise meaning, okay, let's try this again. So, and otherwise meaning, here's the power supplies. Oh, Jesus. These are what we call today as modular power supplies. Modular, which meaning some servers, they mounted these things in here without a circuit board on the back that they all slide into. This here was a quick disconnect modular power supply. In this case, but in other cases, they would not use this as a quick disconnect or a quick connect. They would have other cables like such that would actually clip into these units right here. Now, as you can tell, this one won't because these clip onto the other side. But you know what you get what I mean. These are modulars. All right, so that's that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do some more disassembly and then bring you back here once the case is completely disassembled. Be right back. Alright, I don't know if I'm in frame or not. If I'm not, I apologize. So let's recap on what I went over with y'all. Alright, now this server tower was back from 1993. It could have been built before then, but it was put in service in 93 when the store opened. Now, this thing had 24 years, I'm guesstimating, of pure, outright caked up dust, as you can tell. Now, I went over the parts, which I'll do that once more. So, now, let's start. When it comes to stuff that you want to separate from the tower, or from all the components, you got stuff like this. Your processors. You want to separate those. Get those separate. Your RAM sticks. Those get separated. You take those off along with the processors, okay? So, hang on a second. I'm missing a card. Oh, here it is. Right in front of my face and I didn't see it. There you go. Your processors and RAM you want to separate from the board, from everything else, alright? And then you want to be able to go through your, bear with me. Sorry about that. The dust just did not look good on here. You want to go through here. You'll notice on your processor brackets, they have brass knurl nuts on them. You want to take those off and put the brass separate. I know brass does bring you a good bit of money, but you've got to have a good bit of it. So when it comes to like computer components such as laptops, if you ever look at the plastic pieces you take out of them, if you take them apart, they're brass thread seats in the plastic. So if you want to go through all the trouble and cutting all that out, you can. I just cut out the plastic nubs that the brass is in, put those separate. Those will bring a little less than pure brass, but they still bring more than just anything else. Ooh, hang on a second. Alright, let me go over one thing I mentioned in one of my previous videos. Always be cautious, always be careful, and sticking your hands in anything that is older than the hills or has been outside for a long time or been in storage. Because I just killed a spider. I don't know what it was. I killed it too fast, but I don't like spiders. So, you got your processors. You got your RAM. Now you got your expansion boards right here. Alright? Ethernet cards, your I/O cards, your sound cards, whatever. Separate those. And if you can, take these little metal rims off. Those will bring down the price of your expansion cards. Now, don't just throw the metal rims away. Put those in a separate container. That can go for metal. Somewhere between, I would say, $4.50 per 100 pounds, upwards of $11.50 per 100 pounds, depending on what state you're in or where you're at in that state. So, now, getting into the other components. You got your storage drive, well, your rewriting storage drives from your CD-ROM, your floppy, and your tape drive. Now, it actually goes from floppy tape drive to CD-ROM in the day and age. Tape drives still today will hold a lot more information than CD-ROMs will. And some tape drives will hold more than a DVD, but not more than a Blu-ray DVD, but not just anyone's going to have a Blu-ray DVD for backing up information, because the rewrite discs cost a good bit. Now on top of that, you have your hard drives. Alright? Those go for a separate bundle. I would not suggest just scrapping a hard drive. I would test it if you have the ability to and see if it works. If the hard drive works, you can almost definitely take it to a local computer store, computer shop, repair store, and sell it or trade it for other components that you may or might need for your computer or electronic hardware. Now, I'm not bringing all of them over here, but you got your fans. Those actually sell for money too. A lot of people don't know that. Your fans are electric motors. The electric motors sell, I would say, between 25 cents to 50 cents a pound. If you have a lot of them, you're going to get a little bit of money. But cut the power cords off of them if you plan to recycle them. Me, I test them first. If they work, I will either use them for a project of my own or take them to the computer shop and resell them or trade them. If the computer shop doesn't need them and I have too many of them, then I'll scrap them. Now, what I got here is ribbon cables. Now, I told you about this a few minutes ago, how, yeah, these things were really cool when they first came out. It allowed for fast data transfer and whatnot, but they were big and they were bulky, and people did not show off the inside of their computers when they had these because they looked like crap. It took a guy later on down the road to take a ribbon cable and use individual wires and put it into a shield, going from that to that, which started the innovation of showing off the inside of the computers, where people started putting lights and all sorts of stuff in them, which I think is kind of pointless because that takes more power and more amperage depending on the lights that you use. So, now, your next type of wiring is going to be your power supply wires. You'll get more per pound for those than you will for the ribbon cables. All in all, whether it's a ribbon cable or a power supply cable or a power cable from a fan, you want to cut the plastic nylon plugs off, because a lot of recycling centers will not take these wires with the plugs on them anymore. And they'll either make you take it back home with you and cut them off and bring them out at a later date, or they will stand there and make you cut them off right there. Some recycling centers will not wait for you to cut them off in front of them. So just be careful and cautious and be courteous to them. So let's try to have, you know what I mean, if you decide to get into this type of manual work, be courteous. Sort between different stuff. Have them in bags, boxes, or buckets. Try to have them pre-sorted before you go to the recycle center. It makes their job a lot easier, and it makes them a good bit nicer to you, and gets you a lot further along with them. And then from there, you have your circuit boards. This board here was what the power supply is quick connected and quick disconnected to and from. This board is your SCSI board, where the hard drive is connected into for quick connect, quick disconnect. And this was your main control board on the front of the computer. There's your power button. There's your reset button. There's your beeping speaker. And there's all your LEDs for your little light show, which showed you whether a hard drive is working, whether the computer is on, or whatnot, whatever, etc. So, one more thing to show you. Ugh. This big freaking power supply. My God. I can't believe it took two of these back in its heyday to power this. Now I'm looking at this, and this is a 700 watt power supply. There was two of them in there. Holy freaking crap. 1400 watts. And two of these big honking messes. When you go and get a 1500 watt power supply today, and it's about half the size of this dang thing. So, alright everyone, I am going to be right back with you. I'm going to set all this up so you can see in a nutshell, spread out, of everything that comes in a computer server tower from the early 90s, and kind of show you what's in them today. So, I'll be right back with you, ladies and gentlemen. Alright everyone, I'm back with you again. So as you can tell, this is everything that comes in a computer tower. Well, this server tower, and this is what you can expect out of a small mass storage server tower, but most people aren't going to build a small one like this. Now, mine will be a little smaller, but it's going to be just as good. Now, like I said, out of these towers, you had your I/O card, which allowed you extra hookups from RAM, processor, ID, SCSI, and your expansion cards, like your Ethernet cards, sound cards, whatnot, your processors, your RAM, motherboard, hard drive, fans, power supplies, cables, your rewritable drives from your floppy tape to CD-ROM. Nowadays you ain't gonna see floppy and possibly ain't gonna see tape in them, but that's what they had back then and whatnot. So just remember, if you get into this type of work, you're gonna want to separate this stuff, alright? And the reason why is not for your convenience, it's for the convenience of the people running the recycling center. If you just dump all this into a big old box, they'll sort through it. It's going to take them longer, and they might not like it too much. They're not going to tell you, but they'll show it in their way of how they treat you as a customer. My recycling center down the road here, I've been going to them since, oh God, like 2007, which is 10 years now, give or take a year or so. And they know me by name, they know me by voice, they treat me like I'm family, because I bring them not only my business, but I bring them other business, and I've learned on basic sorting, on how to sort circuitry and electronics and whatnot. So this is basically the lowdown in a nutshell of a computer / server on basics of what to expect when you open them up and what to look for and how to take them apart, and basics on how to sort them. Like I said, you sort take the processor or processors out, put them in a separate container. The RAM, same thing. Hard drives, check them. If they work and they're decent size, not too old, try to resell them. If not, scrap them on separate of their own. Fans, power supplies, separate from each. Your rewritable drives, your expansion cards, I think I said that, and such on. Just separate them as best as possible. You do so, your recycling center people will like you better and almost definitely treat you better than if you didn't sort it. So, be right back with you, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, I'm back with you. I'm kneeling down to hopefully be in better frame. So, I can't wait to possibly get the funds to buy another camera. I'm looking at a Canon i5. The reason why is it's a better camera all around. I'll be able to do photography with it, and it also has a LCD screen that folds out and flips around so you can see whether you're in frame or not. But I ain't got the $650 to buy one right now. Yeah. So, like I said, hopefully I'm in frame. If I'm not, please forgive me. So, back to what I was saying. Yeah, sort your stuff as best you can. The people at the recycling center will like you better. Not to say that they won't like you less, but some recycling centers will look down and frown upon people that don't sort their stuff. So, sort it out. You might get in better with your recycle center and whatnot. So, and just everyone, just play caution when you're doing this stuff, because there's sharp parts on those back of the circuit boards, motherboards, and all sorts of stuff, and you never know when you'll run into arachnids in those things. Oh, sorry, I hate them. I hate spiders with a flipping passion. So, I still cry when I watch Arachnophobia. For some reason, I do, and don't ask me why I still watch Arachnophobia. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm crazy. But aren't we all in our own little ways? So, all right. Now, if you didn't do so before at the beginning of the video, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that. Well, wait a minute. Subscribe and like button down below wherever they are. I don't know. So, yeah, just sub my channel. Helps out for allowing you to see new videos that will come out in the future. And like the channel, like the video, and I want to try to hit 1,000 likes on this video. I think that would be freaking awesome. So, and hopefully I would like to be able to hit 100 subscribers, then 1,000 subscribers, and so on. So help me out with some subscribes, and help me out with some likes, everyone. Alright, I'm Joe with you here at Fat Boy Nation. Until next time, everyone, peace out.